could that be the gang? Same nigga I used to be. Fried niggas get used to me. Dead man if you fool with me. Say that for your eulogy. Hands up like it's two of me. Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL. We're back with another Mobile Legends video, and this one we're going to be talking about Bren Esports' Haze and comparing him to Syno. So I want to know in the comment section, who do you think is better and why, and kind of explain why you think so. Also, make sure you drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new for more Mobile Legends discussions, commentaries, and if you don't know, we do commentaries and discussions over here. All we do is talk to each other about different topics. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then make sure you subscribe. But anyway, jumping right into it, man. Also, I do want to add a disclaimer. This is opinions. These are thoughts and stuff like that, which means if you hear something that you don't agree with or something like that, it's okay to share your opinion and basically explain your point of view. Like that's the difference. We don't judge people on this channel and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, let's get into it. So basically, from what I've seen thus far, it's very hard to stop Haze. It's very hard to just like try to ban one hero and then that absolutely shuts Haze down. So starting off from the beginning, I'm gonna have to say, let's start the game up. But starting off from the beginning, I'm gonna have to say that Haze, I think that Haze is probably better. And the reason is because I've seen an entire tournament where everybody just banned one hero. Everybody just banned Chow, and it didn't look like Syno was really able to do much. They literally basically shut down the hero that he's the best with. Like, when he's using Chow, it's absolutely insane, but I think that you have to be able to play multiple heroes at the same level. And that's one of the things that I was talking about in the stream when it came to Zapnu as well. Everybody was talking about how it was, a lot of people was talking about how it was Zapnu's team and stuff like that, but also, I've seen Zapnu play Fanny, and I have never seen him play another hero as good as he plays Fanny. And obviously, everyone's going to have that one hero that they're super insane with. But when you look at Haze play a hero, it looks like he plays every hero like really good. I forgot the stream was super laggy. I don't know why the Philippine streams always be super laggy. But yeah, man, it's like you have to be able to play multiple heroes at the same level. At least if you have a role, you have to be able to fulfill your role with more than just one hero. You have to be a role-based player. It's okay to be a role-based player, not a hero-based player. And I think that that's kind of what separates Haze and Syno, because I feel like Haze is more, it's kind of hard to shut, like that's the one thing that Bren Esports, their team hasn't, that a lot of players on this team has. Like, it's kind of hard to shut them down. You try to ban a mage Yuji uses, and he'll be able to use someone else and be just as dominant. You try to ban Chow against Haze, and he'll be just as dominant with a different hero. And I think that that's a big deal. And also, a lot of the teamwork that this team has is just insane. I was talking about it in my earlier video, but they have an insane amount of teamwork. And a lot of people's opinion is that Haze is the reason that they win a lot of the games. Now that I can see why you would say that. Haze is creating easy opportunities like this right here. Like Haze, and he created that opportunity single-handedly, and he does that a lot. Like when you have a player who plays at the level of Haze, he basically creates opportunities for the team that wouldn't otherwise be there. So for instance, if you have a player like Haze always in the right positions, always singling out the right persons, and always basically creating these opportunities, and you're going against a team who has the right heroes, like for instance, the other team has a Mortis right now, but what if that Mortis isn't creating the same opportunities that Haze would be creating? That's the thing. Like, the skill level of certain heroes and stuff like that. Like, look at that. Haze comes up and instantly singles out somebody, they get a kill. Mortis has been there the whole time, and like Mortis is not doing the same thing. Mortis isn't singling people out and creating opportunities for his team. And I think that that's the difference. You have different types of players, and I think that that's what Haze is good at. Haze is actually good at playing his role and doing what his team needs him to do. I think that so many teams right now, like Mobile Legends, what you gotta understand about Mobile Legends is it's a young MOBA. It's very young. Like Mobile Legends, you might get surprised by how many heroes Mobile Legends has, or you might get a different, you might think differently because Mobile Legends has an insane amount of heroes, but Mobile Legends is young, man. 2-3 years, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's like, League of Legends is still 10 years older than Mobile Legends. Like, that's how young Mobile Legends is right now. So the community, the one problem that I've always had with the community is the community thinks that it's special. The Mobile Legends community is amazing, but it's nothing special. If you want to learn how to play Mobile Legends, dive into League of Legends, dive into Dota 2. Look at what the games that came 10 years ago do. Like look at how they, look at the problems that they had, like the matchmaking issues and stuff like that. You know how you can do the 2-2-1 and stuff like that? Problems that League of Legends and Dota had years ago. These problems have already been solved. Like, any problem you see in Mobile Legends right now, League of Legends solved that 10 years ago or years ago. So I think that what the pro teams need to do is really, what the heck was that? That actually looks kind of cool. It looked like he used an ability that just blacked out the whole screen. But yeah, what was I saying? I would see, it be throwing me off. Like, when I see something that look really, really dope, it just throws me off track. But basically what I was saying is, yeah, the pros should look at some of the pro teams from League of Legends and stuff and really see how they developed over time. Because if you look at a lot of the pros from League of Legends and stuff, they were probably playing exactly how the Mobile Legends pros are playing right now. They were probably getting dominated by that one standout team too. Like, a lot of pros are getting dominated by Bryn right now. This is nothing new, but what you have to do, like, what I would do if I was a pro, and I would be studying everything. You have to study your craft. Like, when it comes to basketball, you're not going to be the best if you don't study the best. If you don't look at Michael Jordan, you don't look at LeBron, if you don't see, or whoever plays your role, maybe you're a center. If you don't look at Shaq, if you don't look at Yao Ming, if you don't look at all the people who came before you, you will never be as good as the best players in the world. So you have to look at the people in your sport that came before you. MOBA, the sport is a MOBA. Like, it does not matter the game. If you can play your role, you can play it in any game. And I think that that's important. Like, the only thing that changes is the skills and abilities. So you have to learn that's what changes per game. So when you go to a different game, you just simply have to figure out what heroes have certain abilities, and be like, what abilities are most valuable for you to be able to do your role. And that's how you decide which heroes that you play. But a lot of times I see people just so toxic when it comes to thinking about comparing Mobile Legends to other MOBAs, when that's exactly what you should be doing. Because, like, Mobile Legends will come up with some amazing solution. Like, they will fix something and everybody will be so happy. But if they would have just looked at League of Legends and looked at the solution that League of Legends had 10 years ago, that would have been fixed in Mobile Legends. But nobody notices this. Nobody will basically, if you want to, like, League of Legends is wildly successful. If you want Mobile Legends to be successful, it's okay to follow in the footsteps of League of Legends, because they've already done it. They've already been successful. So you know, if Mobile Legends does the same thing, and Mobile Legends, in our opinion, is a better game, Mobile Legends will be even more successful than the game who was successful already by doing these things. So yeah, man, basically what I think needs to happen is, I think that a lot of pros need to focus on how, let's say, like, if you're getting dominated by Bryn Esports, look at the history of League of Legends. What was the first team going around dominating everybody, and who was the first team to overcome that and beat that team and start smacking that team? And look at what they had to do in order to make that happen. So if one team was using a strategy, they was just going around taunting people, they was just literally not trying and just destroying everybody still. Look at how the other team's mindset changed, or some of their strategies changed, or what approach they took to basically overcome that. Because then you'll see what you need to do as a team. Like, honestly, if you want to win, you have to do your homework, you have to do your research. Everybody does gaming. Like, a lot of people want to do gaming because, hey, you might not be the school book type of person. That's cool. But when it comes down to mastering your craft, you have to do the homework. And I feel like Haze and Yuji, I feel like this whole Bryn Esports team really is willing to do the work. They're willing to do the homework. They're willing to study the greats. They're willing to learn from anyone. They're willing to just improve and be better. And I think that that's the type of mindset and attitude that everyone has to bring into their craft. Because if you don't bring that type of mindset, that type of work ethic, that type of heart, and put that type of heart into your craft, then you're never going to be the best. So I think right now, in the short term, the Mobile Legends
pro scene, a lot of solutions seems to just be copy them, and that'll work. It's getting to the point in Mobile Legends that's not going to be the case anymore. Honestly, that's not going to be the case for long, because it's simple, man. It's really simple. People are evolving. So when it comes down to it, like it used to be, it's been the meta for so long that Mobile Legends released a new hero. That was the most powerful hero, so you use that hero. Now think about the fact that everybody been calling Estus trash. Pain just used Estus in the game like right after this. Pain uses Estus and completely dominates. He was the MVP of that game using Estus. And that just goes to show you that you can have the most powerful hero, but if you don't got the most powerful teamwork, it does not matter what hero you have. Like, a good team can make any hero work, as long as the composition makes sense for that team. The composition does not have to make sense for anyone else, but as long as your team knows what they're doing, it's fine. Because think about it this way. When Pain used that Estus pick, if he wasn't popular, if he wasn't part of Brent Esports, if he wasn't, think about the most horrible team you can think of in Mobile Legends. If the most horrible team in Mobile Legends picked the exact same thing, what would you all have said about them? Oh, they're trash. That's a horrible pick. They're terrible. Why would they do that? That's exactly what would have been said. But because it was a respected player who did it, you all was like, oh, he knows what he's doing. He must have some type of plan. He must have some type of strategy. So if Pain was not a winner like he is right now, he would have been looked at as basically dumb for doing that. But because he is who he is, no one judged him. So that just goes to show you that the strategies that you come up with as a team, it might look stupid to everybody else, but it could be the greatest thing. It could turn out to be the greatest thing in the world if you know, if you know what you're doing, if you and your team know what you're doing and you all are on the same page. Like, the only one who needs to understand your strategy is you and your team. And I think that's what a lot of pro teams are kind of scared to do. They're kind of scared to be different. They're scared of what the fans are going to say. They're scared of what people are going to think. They're very fearful. And I think that you just have to not care, man. If you want these W's, if you want to win some events, if you want to be great, just forget what everybody say and get this W. Like, that's all that it takes. Get it by any means. If you have to come up with a strategy where, I don't know, it's seen as the most like trash strategy, it's seen as the most pathetic strategy in the world, but it works, do it. Because then you're going to force the other teams to copy it and force the other teams to try to come up with a way to stop it. But here we have it. UG performed great. Haze 2-1-12. Like, the whole team performed great. The whole team performed great. The other team, let's look. Like, look at this. Martis. And this is what it comes down to. So when you try to take an approach where, like, then this is what a lot of teams are doing. When you try to take an approach where you're trying to copy a team and go head to head with a team, it's going to come down to, is your mage player as good as their mage player? And if your mage player is not, you're never going to win. It comes down to, is your support player or your fighter in half/off tank, the roamer and all that, is he? Compare those two. Are they comparable? No. So it's like, you can't put yourself in a position to try to copy this team simply because your players will maybe not, it's not their play style to play the same as them and play at this level. So if you know that they're good at what they're doing, you have to figure out what you can do to stop them, not try to be like them and try to become as good as them. That's just not going to work. It's not going to work that way. You have to come up with a different strategy to overpower their strategy. But that's just some of my thoughts, man. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. I think this is going to be a really interesting discussion because a lot of people got so many different points of views and a lot of you all have so many different perspectives that I think that we can have a great conversation on this topic. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Make sure you drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.
I'm on it. Can't fail for my family, I want it. So they'll never